You lost the election, you're no longer in power, and here we are in Britain faced with a government which still has to try and solve that problem. First of all, do you think it is solvable? Apart from Rwanda, I mean, is there anything more that can be done that will deliver?
Well, first of all, it is solvable, and it must be solvable because any country, any sovereign nation must be able to control and protect its borders. That is non-negotiable. So it must be solvable, and other countries have solved it. I mentioned Australia a couple of times already. They had a very similar problem to this in about 10 years ago, where people were coming by boat from Indonesia to Australia, and the numbers were quite similar. I think it peaked at about 50,000 a year, which actually is slightly higher than our numbers. And using their Operation Sovereign Borders, they stopped it. And removing people to Nauru was a critical part of that. So yes, it can be done. The Belgians actually have been intercepting people in the water close to the shore and simply returning them to Belgium, and doing that, which obviously is also a deterrent, because why would you bother getting into a boat if you're going to get picked up and returned to the shore? And that has cut embarkations from the Belgian shore by 93%. So one of the things that the government should be saying to France is, will you do the same thing? Will you copy what Belgium are doing? And that will then cut the embarkations. And that is actually in France's interests, because it's not good for France to have these camps around Calais and Dunkirk with hundreds or thousands of migrants in tents and dangerous people smuggling gangs going around shooting people, which happened a couple of days ago. Yeah. So I think getting the French to do those interceptions at sea near the French shore is important as well. But I would also say to the government, swallow your pride and restore Rwanda, because we need to do that if we're going to stop the boats.